So you want to roll an Alchemist? Well, here's what you need to know. While other classes specialize in hitting stuff, shooting stuff, and magicking stuff, the Alchemist likes to solve its problems with the power of science! Specifically chemistry. The Alchemist's gimmick involves crafting alchemical items, from bombs and helpful elixirs to drugs and roofies. Jesus, this class makes murder hobo rogues look like lawful good clerics. Really, any class can make these items with the right feat, but the Alchemist gets a leg up by making them for free! But they have a limited shelf life, so don't try to peddle your wares anywhere your party plans to visit ever again. The two methods alchemists use to make these free items are Advanced Alchemy and Quick Alchemy. Advanced Alchemy gives you a handful of infused reagents at the start of each day based on your intelligence modifier. You can spend these reagents to craft any alchemical item your level or lower that you have the recipe for. You can use all your reagents at once making bombs if you really want to show that murder hobo rogue how to burn down an orphanage, or you can save a few for later to use with your Quick Alchemy. Quick Alchemy lets you make any item you could with Advanced Alchemy in one action, but it only lasts a turn. So in case you need a quick healing elixir, or your party runs into an enemy with a certain weakness, it's always a good idea to have a few reagents left over. The rest of the Alchemist class features let you craft greater quantities of increasingly powerful items based around your subclass, that subclass being your research field. Your research field lets you specialize in a specific type of alchemical item, letting you craft more of that type and use it to a greater degree. The core rules in APG currently have 4 research fields: Bomber, Mutagenist, Chimichanga, and Toxicologist. Bombers specialize in the use of alchemical bombs, a type of thrown weapon that not only damages your primary target, but also does a little bit of splash damage to anything around it. Picking Bomber gives you more control over your splash damage, allowing you to save your allies from friendly fire, or hit even more enemies at higher levels. There are also plenty of feats to augment your bombs, adding debuffs, increasing splash damage, all capping off with the ability to make a Mega Bomb that finally lets you flip the bird to that fireball spamming sorcerer. Until they point out that their 3rd level spell still does more damage with significantly less resources, and your only recourse is to chuck a bomb at their feet and ask if they still think 48 is small. Mutagenists make use of a special type of elixir called mutagens that augment your mind or body at the cost of a specific drawback. You start with the ability to use the same mutagen twice in one day, and gain the ability to use 2 mutagens at once later on. There's a feat for each mutagen to upgrade its effects when you use it on yourself, so pick a favorite and get juiced. Bestial mutagen is the one you're expected to use for combat, but there's nothing stopping you from taking a Quicksilver mutagen to make your bombs more likely to hit. All that performance-enhancing substance abuse culminates in the ability to no longer suffer drawbacks from your mutagens, because you're so numb to the chemicals coursing through your veins that you don't even notice how it's killing you. Get help. The Chimney Sweeper is the quote-unquote healer subclass, specializing in making elixirs of life and other curative items. Chimpanzees can use crafting checks instead of medicine checks to bandage up party members, and can eventually make all their elixirs of life heal for max HP. The major drawback is that party members have to spend their own actions grabbing and drinking your elixirs, something I wouldn't advise unless you're sick of tanks demanding heals, so you just chuck all the healing pots at them and say, you figure it out. You can circumvent this problem by taking healing bombs at level 4 and just chucking elixirs at the back of your party's heads, which is slightly more efficient and infinitely more hilarious. Other feats allow your elixirs to cure more status ailments and eventually bring party members back from the dead. If you like healing but don't want any of that pesky religion stuff getting in the way, then the Chimney Chim Chiroo may be the research field for you. Lastly, the Toxicologist specializes in making poisons to slowly, methodically incapacitate a target. After all, a class for roided-up arsonist drug dealers wouldn't be complete without the ability to watch the light slowly drain from your enemy's eyes as toxins stop their heart, you fucking psychopath. Toxicologists can apply poisons to their weapons more easily, and eventually gain the ability to add 2 poisons to the same weapon. You can take feats to upgrade poisons to make them last longer, make them harder to resist, or even make them contagious so they spread through the enemy forces like STDs at an old folks home. It's actually a real problem, don't think too much about it. I focus a lot on research fields in this video, but the truth is, they don't actually limit anything you can do with the class. Every alchemical item, and most of the class feats I think, can be taken by any research field. Be a bomber with poisons, be a mutagenist with healing items. Versatility is the alchemist's greatest strength, allowing you to craft whatever your party needs, whenever they need it. What the Alchemist loses in raw damage or healing, they gain in being able to switch from one to the other at the drop of a hat. This does make them less noob-friendly, but once you've learned to harness your big-brain energy both in and out of character, the Alchemist becomes a great addition to any party. So get out there and show your table how to really break bad. You get it? Like the show, Breaking Bad? Well, I can't come up with any better way to end this video, so fuck it, we're leaving it in.